Honorable Mintah Akandoh abusuya health minister wakodi nkomo ewo eye onua marching show so ono ene eye captain Koji Smart na abusuya ocheni semu a eche se ensem na all kan wutumu se ne ra ho ankasa na ocheni semu a ade a former health minister eye Honorable Agyemang Manu ocheni semu a 70 years old man ade a papa yi ede aye eye omai Ghana ono ene eye okoboy na busuya die nsem no de todwa ewo eye onua marching show so a ocheni semu a pay adi eye omai Ghana bone papa over $100 million contracts bone a papa afaso edi adi eye omai Ghana no abusuya yintie ne nsem de todwa message how do say be media gh bobodi aso be subscribe be like na wabo aso ahia for person be tie no enya bi atie yintie eye health minister Mintah Akandoh ne nsem de todwa abra koshi a ye captain Koji Smart ewo eye onua show so emra sesia yedase
in 2019 ana banda da ne woso no na aban ne company BFN Lightwave assign contract say yen connect all about 950 health facilities electronically
into apomudi aso ye mako 950
and yen connect
to me ya
bind no
okay
inti na contract no eye $100 million inti contract na was say expire 2022 2022 buy no na onum wie any extended contract no e call 2023 buy no na omu wie no musa extended ye e call 2024 so the contract expired on 31st December 2024 ewu ye no out of the 950 no why you move 450
oh there be ebe kwabra
into number 1 captain Shannon so say maka kira will say contract ni ewu 31st December 2024
okay
so there is no issue about buying ever terminating and ever abrogating any contract. It doesn't arise because contract now then awu. Sikari $100 million. Out of the $100 million, no, buying a triamu $77 million. Captain, out of the $77 million I triano.
I do your tria.
And a contract no and to say, oh, you tria will cancel why a contract no. I was say we are near evaluating a baby and son of
the
nti and I make catch on out of 77 no emu by last year move by $11 million omu three sika ni man we there was an connect 157 or connect mu 7
oh there be abai
and na
oh we are minister mama ntiatem jaisa
catch mami nye omre no mami nye mi
kedi we ko be kasa asem na because your pop dey here che bibia Akroma
I agree with you
157
and the man $11 million and we are connecting mu 7 aka outstanding of 150
that means say $11 million na connect to 157
the number security ni kwa nkeyesa anke we no we connect 157 na we na ya evaluate no ansa na atua uka
and we connect 7 out of 157
no
and $11 million no
ho and in fact per Okoboy ankasa the write up or the ababonten no onu nko
Okoboy be ya me madam for Okoboy
ai otua sesika no onu also no ba later part of last year onu say $11 million no onu otua mu $5 million abla na nipa no onye adwuma no nti ye wie ya no
am I daydreaming
but your tea to was I otua mu $5 million nti na wo sanka contract no yete ne say wo ye kono because Ghana for records data yemfa ma individual mani hosti sensitive very into no anchor all your system ne kono I was say on hand over e ma ban you divide into milestones who ye milestone 1 another ma ban
but you dey tell keke no kan
there be a health records
so too for hospital or Ghana ha
I don't like your examples at all
no I'm being real o too for hospital or Ghana any conference doctors ko he no otumfo medical record no e sha branch no motom wo fie nti oto sa na sa ne ga bi jije na ne bufu a papa otumfo medical record no kan akufa do medical record jo mama
nti captain under normal circumstances no any kwan say anto wie milestone bia na e was hand it over wanye sade no nti state no you need access to our data.
Jesus Christ.
State no you need access to our service. Nti say we here bibia je wo frɛ no. Now in fact the most interesting aspect of it is say
am I daydreaming?
Captain I say how you do but me cheche me. Nti we say oya Ghana ni a oti Atlanta. Them developers any cloud infrastructure in now India. If you speak to health professionals now, they've gone through a lot. In the area buy no, they can say okay, contract in awu. They also hand bibia over to the state. You know, answer na yen who say when there was a way no, any when I will say a forensic audit. Any year forensic audit, boy. A year forensic audit we no captain name a free mobile na agro. For example, hardware, say there computers, laptops, also 20 ade no. But be also e be or de be 100 de kono, obekọ na 50. But be because say be obeto HP laptops no, obekọ na koto cheaper brands. In the real analysis out of there, you know, now the gaps in the hardware and $18 million. $18 million gaps in Nkwano no. In the real way, you know, apart from sir, Bayer Okuwa admit to say $10.6 million. I want Papa no on fire Agyemang no. The real way, you know, Captain.
$10.6 million.
If you go to Okubo in the Facebook, I mean, people are watching. I can send you that. Oh no, I admit it. Apart from that, you know, you say software nankasa no, and yet abide there. Into the friend LIMS, Light Wave Health Infrastructure Management, Health Information Management System. And you'll be there. Into you can say, okay, you pet disruption there. You know, can we ask them no? You already say you best sign BBA friend service maintenance management agreement with you for 2 years. So you be ya also say adiano on and off. Nemo as part yeah kasa ya no I tell you no association on. I tell you no association off. As I speak to you now for the past 2 weeks association off.
Yes. Baba kwa Mintah Akandoh. Ena mo so mo
Oti Atlanta. Nti ye no ne ka say fa data ni bibia ma yen as part of the contract as o ka say as part of the service maintenance agreement no so ye issues of data and free more on sign again 450 na you see you verify yen sure say you verify 461 so we can't do this now what will you say
your friend say
Samson Jaba
Otuko Jaba ne brother no. Inti
ye catch and say look, ye to this idea na ye koso no. Me cheche beti fonti ase. Ye koso no. Ena ye can say ye to be infrim. But who say ade no was so your boss mu. Inti tab your PBI no association on off. But so what occurred to me is say to me because see a patch as a state there was a solution to the problem, and this is what is very important. The solution is say you beside who say and then the idea be able to see one, it is because apart from breaches in the hardware it is because software in there. And as I speak to you now, yes software what you games Ghana Health Infrastructure Management System on mine there. Quite apart from that, I was saying, yeah, BBA, a friend of exchange, and I say, middleware, as a vendor, be a cry bar, who plug it in. The data in your logging into the middleware. It's a Okokurampona in state to our control over our data. A BM 450 million national, yet the man nipa bako, the tiny bako, the bufua, the PBN or yet. 500 na akano going forward, and also a BM. I'm obia so obi o Ghana ni a o te Ghana maimu ha a ono so e wonu die no ono so anya ne chefa nti ye wo be ye 4 weeks plan the first week you know ye dey be rolling the teaching hospitals, regional hospitals, and district hospitals. That is the most important aspect. Also, okay, say, Uncle Baby, I will be ano. You Google, ways system went to
Media no yama no so ntesa.
The way the anybody say na ntesa.
But no need na waje $177 million.
So wo.
Bagana e wuska wo.
Wo. Tamale na se obi oba konfa no che ha, I konfa no che se kolebu a yentumi enya wo data as a matter of course. But this system, yes, that's how the system was built. Nti administrative. You know,
it's now connected.
As I speak to you now, or minor any administrative access to the data and the service. But fortunately enough, data, for example, you reconstructed data, no, you reconstructing say the no. I would say claims in the brain effort through the National Health Insurance. Into National Health Insurance, no, or database in no, and you reconstructed data, no. Now, after the last 3 days, I'm be briefing, no. We've been able to reconstruct about 14 to 15 million of the data, about 72 million visits. So we are reconstructing. Or not there, as and when or panel, as I speak to you now, the whole system is down, it's off. If you speak to any health professional, Rebecca Chow say this is what we are going through.
Debut. Yeah. Come Mintah Akandoh. I'm can't say and country ben pa na wasa sisua yebit miesi. Na yet your mem ha na ya po mu din Ghana fo a ye wo mem ha wo ko hospital or medical records nyina no e hye kwabra na ibotom mo de Atlanta na enye se Atlanta hon court nimpo na de no wo esanso hosting wo India.
Yes, being hosted in India. That is the problem we find out.
To President Kufuor medical data to be show India.
So that maybe a drone no as a state.
And my
oh, I know there. So all the union and all stakeholders are on board. I refer to the AG, IOCO, all the security agencies are on board, and I can assure you that steps are being taken.
I know, I can assure you that
you see. Normally, but say unim say me kasa sakwa. Same way, the area who money say, a share said we were managing it well because that person about until some solution because what I can win in area, yeah, business minister, the other problems in area into what is the solution? So we wanted to handle the solution. Unim be no more yet. They were planting stories in the media. A friend will say yeah, Mosca. They are planting as if the ministry was doing something wrong. Oh yeah, the Nti omunchiai intina ya switch the thing off. Assuming without admitting that there's an issue with abanya, not buying to see why and then now you go to court. You don't switch the system off like that. You switch it at the end off.
But your producer, I cannot say.
So Ghana, I think that we are the only stranger in Jerusalem. Because on faithful binuma discuss here, dear no man, who social media, as if said, by the grace of God, the Bible thing, I have a church the Muma Ghana for.
What's your cowboy room?
Oh, cowboy room. Cowboy room. Out of the 11 million, oh no, in November. In November, National Health Insurance paid $5 million to the vendor. Records are there. We have records of the 11 million. Bako. I didn't from Ministry of Finance and the National Health Insurance. So the 11 million, it moved clearly. 5 million there comes with date. So that date was in November. November, who was the head minister? November 2024, who was the health minister? And interestingly today, on the spokesperson for Lightwave, nobody is speaking on the Kasamong. Interestingly, he is speaking everywhere for Lightwave.
Then na MPP for science, contract will not no more says national security for New.
So that's where we are. And yeah, offer no class say, look, yeah, ready. But don't not per se. You need to sign contract for the Akano sono. We sign ye kahun. So what I say, but I said in previous. You say if I'm fear me and say ye. And I would in fear num aye. Maybe you drew it. Obia be catch you say why underperforming. Ndi de waye bia no fabra anka ye hwehwemu kura wie e na gaps ne mu feeling ye na say okay na to aso a different thing. But nipa say with bad faith as and when no matter the level of provocation, not just say yeah pouch oh bra panyin yesra wa so ade ne mayen. A state should not run that way. The running state is so we have to take a courageous and a bold decision. So I was say they are correcting all these things within a very short time. And I'm here, me will have me no kasa because normally and you are mabagu when it does so. Ye cleaning kakra. Now who cleaning no? So one come a Ghana for anti asia obiti baby or say we are not our boy. No, I turn it out, no be blame. And that's how you know before that's how they behave. What cleaning mess now? What bad now be cleaning no? No original high moral grounds. Was munye we. That is why there's a need say if I bontin never check mu acha Ghana for say the better ye ni the year for money the solution and for me the solution is more important.
Nti maba kufa do amane montrono. No, you see what the montrono letter because $100 million there we need a cabinet approval. Montro Akufo-Addo say asem we onim ho bi. Enti he otumfo medical record e wo bi ho. Otumfo medical record no. Vice President. Yey. Je kufa ukrom mahene. Wo abortion na akoye na wo DC no. Madam, sa abortion na aye na DC no. Medical record ni sha kwa bottom. Na sanso si India. Nti oto wasa se wa brori. No waso.
As many prepare.
No, many bre asana me yamade. One hwe asema mekeka no. One hwe Mr. Shandon Bema me query. Because it doesn't make sense to me.
Asem it has taken me 5 months to come out and speak. Wow. Yes, 5 good months. We've managed this thing for.
Anyway, just $77 million.
All this on the crowd. Okoboy, Obi Sunday captain. Name Okoboy Akano. Last Sunday no, very good. Obi first said, "Oh no, admit say, ya my papa no $76.99 million. He has admitted. Oh no, admit say, ya my papa no, ya man no $10.6 million. I want to onye enwa djuma. Kind. Oh no, out of Sasika we will trade $5 million. In fact, I don't know someone to try 11 million, you know, because 5 million there it is with date, but the other one is not with date. It means we say bia Agyemang Manu try and sana oko and that's on the try ni na. But as for the 5 million, I can say it on record. Say on the try. He himself go and read his writers. Onwa. And today he is speaking for Lightway. Very interesting. Hi. Incredible. Ayo. Minister for the whole 8 years. You were either deputy minister or CEO or a substantive minister. 5 to 4 years, La General Hospital went to me and we jump here a co-position up require press conference in La General Hospital within 10 months. These are the people we are dealing with. So if you are not quick to also explain one church more, you are jump onto the high moral grounds. Is what say ya edu baby am so cash and carry sign ba na amuntumi verify national health insurance card no e be amote we. That is the problem because ni nyina no a part of the system. You know,
health insurance data no so on ho.
Health insurance and also an integral part
our copy
an integral part of the system.
Our copy can our copy and only copy
and also system.
Our health insurance data now only
that data ni nyina only quite the national health insurance. National health insurance. So that is where we find ourselves, and yeah, very reasonable. We've been very diplomatic. In some cases, we brought other people in. Yeah, the man for crab by to talk to him. So we are Ghanaian in baby Bruno. But you who say as a state, young Kosum Po Bichao. I will say state and Ankasa so a own on Ankasa software. They own your system, they protect it, BBR. So that's where we are, and I can assure you, the piloting is ongoing. And health workers are very excited about the outcomes and all that. And we expedite action. You better say, "Bet me intend to magana for you." So I won't. The captain, what they always said, "Yeah,
me Mr. Ministry, Mr. How Mr. Okoboy recommendations. Okoboy recommendation. I recommend that the Chief of Staff intervene to mediate between the Ministry of Health and Lightwave eHealth Solutions Limited. A fair, transparent resolution will protect Ghana's investment, safeguard national health data.
Safeguard national health data. Safeguard national health data.
And prevent needless duplication of efforts.
I mean,